Welcome back. We are talking about Big Brother that, if I'm going to be honest, has started to just, like, I don't want to watch it anymore. I'm not.
I don't care.
Like, it literally went from this season's great, I love it, I'm so happy, this is awesome, this, that, and the other, to literally, oh, well, now I'm done. Because
it's the same thing that happened.
And there are people of color at the end that are now trying to do the same shit that happens every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over it.
We're going to talk about the misogynistic Derek real quick.
The idiot.
Mr. I don't want to sit next to a woman at the end, or guys got to stick together because the women don't deserve it. Like all this shit that he's talking.
He's a real hater for someone that slept through more than half of the season.
And for someone who can't win a competition along with their best friend, Azah.
Mm-hmm. Who he legitimately doesn't have an alliance with. He has an alliance with Kyland and Xavier, and he has an understanding with Azah. And he said that to her face. He told you he has an alliance with these people, and he didn't say he has an alliance with you. Are you dumb?
Also, you're going to lose your mind when you hear this. He compared his game to Derek from season 16.
Oh, I've heard that. And I said, so we're not only delusional, but now we're just straight up stupid.
Now we're just like, I feel like it's an act at this point. I'm only saying that so I can just like not lose my mind.
Like
the evoke stuff, I should have known from the evoke stuff that we were going to get, some weird bullshit. But anyway, this whole episode, we already know Kyland wins Power of Veto. It's the superhero week. Yay. It's just really depressing. Anytime I put on live feeds or anytime I want to watch the show, I just have to be reminded that Tiffany or Hannah is going to be leaving. Most likely Tiffany. Because it's the smartest move to do. Tiffany is the best player in the game. I don't care what you think. Xavier is not even like comparable to like the best players. Like even this season, okay, he's won competitions and he's remained like level-headed. Okay, cool.
But like they're all trying to take credit for Tiffany's plan.
We all know it's Tiffany's plan. We all know that they would love to have the credit for it, but honestly, I hope Tiffany
ran everything, and the fact that she is gonna go out this soon.
It kills me, but I mean,
it really ruins the damn season. Like I'm like, it's gonna be another one of those seasons when the person that's probably gonna come down to the person that wins. We don't remember the people that won because they're just so.
The hope I have is that Hannah can somehow manage to win veto during the double.
She has to pull
and win the final 4 HOH to solidify herself in the finals, because otherwise she is gone, and it irritates me that it's like a Janelle situation where she's going into it completely on her own. Mm-hmm. Like no matter what she does, if she doesn't win, she's going home.
Yeah. And it is literally such a freaking travesty. And the fact that I was watching Jolene's YouTube and she was talking about it, and I think she had the guy Josh on there that she talks to sometimes, and so they were talking about it, and he was basically saying like, I don't want Tiffany to go. I love Tiffany and Hannah, I don't want Tiffany to go, but like basically saying like, I think our best chance of one of them making it is Hannah, because she's proven she can win a little bit more comps. So if she can be like, maybe, so if one has to go, then he was thinking like, in order to keep a girl farther, I guess I would say we would want to keep Hannah, but then it's like, I feel
like Hannah at this moment, honestly, I don't want to say Tiffany's given up, but I just feel like there's really nothing she can do to change their minds. Whereas Hannah can still,
there's literally nothing she can do, because they like have been,
they hate her. I just want to say this. The amount of hate, the amount of jealousy that they have, because they know they'll never be as good of a player as Tiffany. They'll never get the credit for creating the cookout. They'll get the credit for being a part of it, but never for creating it and being hands down the best player this season.
Everything.
They're jealous, and Derek F is just like crazy jealous of her,
Jealous.
misogynistic. Since
It's
week one, he's apparently hated her. So it has nothing to do with the HOH that she had. They're just
Yeah.
using that as an excuse because they've always wanted to get her out.
Yeah. And I mean, okay, so let's look at it this way. You can say because she is like the best player this season, for sure, top tier player of all Big Brothers, in my opinion. She is an all-star type personality player. Okay, getting her out is probably good, but also what Kyland and, well, Derek F's kind of irrelevant, but what Kyland doesn't realize is I don't think Xavier will take him to the end.
No, of course not. And
he
as
beat Xavier at the end. So he would rather lose to Xavier than lose to Tiffany, even though he said, I want to, he literally, this is what they were saying on the YouTube too, because I didn't see this part on the feeds, but they were saying like Xavier and Derek Evan, they were like basically trying to act like the girls have done nothing when the girls protected the fuck out of them. If this was any other season, Xavier and Kyland would have been gone a long time ago, unless they pulled out some crazy, crazy wins, which is potential, but it doesn't happen a lot. So they need to stop, because the fact that you're here is like solely on like Hannah and Tiffany and Azah and the girls that fucking protected you. Besides the point, they were trying to say that like Kai was like, I just want to sit next to someone that's like a real player. Tiffany's outplayed everyone. What do you mean? So what he doesn't want to admit is, I don't want to sit up there and lose to a girl. I would rather lose to a guy.
Yeah.
And it's like he tries to act like he's so feminist and he's so for. No, he is very misogynistic. He literally finger bangs Tiffany, and then on her son's birthday puts her on the block. He's disgusting. Yes, it's a game. You could do what you want, but the fact that you went out of your way to do all this, that, and the other, made a fucking alliance with her, and she protected your ass because she could have flipped and got you out at different times. Like that was her power. And then you fuck her. And then you also have the audacity to try to take credit for the things that she's done and then belittle and act like she's done nothing. So if she's not a threat, why are you getting her out? Because you know she is a threat. You guys are haters because that girl blows you miles above you in gameplay in all aspects. The only thing some of those boys could do was make some of the girls and whoever like them socially and win some comps. They had no fucking strategy. Their gameplay was awful. Xavier is barely holding it together at this point. So another thing I saw on that YouTube of Jolene's is Josh knows Xavier's most recent ex-girlfriend that he was talking about on the feeds. And he's been lying on her ass. He said like
I'm sorry. I just don't like the men. Like, I'm not gonna lie. If I had to pick out of the men, I would pick Kyland to win, only because he's proven that he can win competitions and that he's played like a game where he's fucked over everyone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. Now I can. Okay, just say it again because it got it. I can hear you now.
It's just that Kyland, in my opinion, I hate the way that he's acted this past week. Once again, every time he's HOH, I end up just like, I'm like, why the fuck did you have to be HOH? So I just hate you.
I was so mad when he won because I knew it was over. And it was more upsetting just the fact that like Tiffany and Hannah like really didn't see it coming. And yes, in a way it's like decent gameplay, but it's also like you also straight up lied. He made a final 3 with them, one HOH, and automatically didn't just like try to backdoor someone. He just straight up threw them both up. Like he said,
didn't even consider any other option. It was just like, yeah, so it's Tiffany and Hannah. I'm like, logistically, taking out Tiffany objectively is a good move. At this point, though, it is dumb to get rid of her because Kyland is going home.
He's gonna go. If he doesn't win everything, he's going.
Yeah.
Because as much as they hate Tiffany, they feel a type of way about Kyland too. He annoys them. They've been wanting him out. All of them have said it at different times, maybe except for like Derek F, because he thinks they're in a showmance. That's how delusional he is.
We have to talk about Azah, by the way, because Azah
cannot
literally had Azah, Tiffany, or Hannah won veto. Any situation, they would have to put up a guy, because I don't think Kyland would put up, maybe he would put up Azah, but even in that situation, then at least, you know, it's not just like a clean, like the fact that it's so, and you know what, I'll hand it to Kyland, whatever, because like
Cool.
he's winning the comps, but like to know that it's an HOH, he put them up on the block, sealed their fate by winning the veto, and they're going home, just kills me. And like, it's so irritating that two of the people that absolutely deserve it the most are not going to be able to get it.
Honestly, the fact that Tiffany will leave before Derek F or Azah is literally, when I said it before, it's a fucking travesty. Like,
it's a joke at this point.
If you looked at statistics like that, you would go, huh? Like, you go, what? Like, no, you have to be like, no, it was bullshit. Like, it was like, if you didn't know and you just looked up the season one day and saw that, you would probably, without knowing Tiffany, be like, oh, well, they must have been better. But no. It's literally like a Victoria situation.
It kills me that
Xavier will choose Derek F over Kyland, even though he'd win over Kyland because he wants to win and he knows that that's a like easy win.
Honestly, I don't think Xavier wins over Kyland. I don't know, because I think maybe after this week
they like him more. And Hannah has said of the people left, if I go, I will pick Xavier. Tiffany said
one thing. I'm like, Hannah, why the fuck would you? Because I was like, okay, maybe she's just feeding Xavier's ego to stay. But then like she was talking to herself and she's like, yeah, I really believe X deserves to win this game. I'm like, Hannah, what? What do you mean?
Why?
Like you, Tiffany, I'll even take Kyland over Xavier at this point, because Xavier has done nothing. And now all of a sudden, because Claire called him out for playing the greatest game ever, everyone just like believes it. And I'm like, he's playing a shit game. First off,
they're a little alliance. The fact that they're freaking obsessed with male alliances, like, and it must have killed them to have to keep Tiffany, Hannah, and Azah this long, because they hate women.
They hate women.
Game.
And you know, even if they include Azah in it, Azah's not, the fact that Azah can't see that she's so clearly not included in their alliance and she's still going along with it, it's so dumb. And like, she has the biggest, I'm not gonna lie, she has the biggest hard on for Xavier, and it's fucking up her game, because whatever game she thinks she's playing, the fact that she is riding so hard for a man who has said that he is not interested in her, that he will cut her in an instant over Derek F or even Kyland.
He likes white women. He was obsessed with Tiffany and Alyssa. He likes either racially ambiguous or white women, and he is a gigantic misogynist, narcissistic ass person. And he was able to hide it pretty well for a little bit, which is really cool. Like, good for you.
All of the men are just really showing their true colors.
I'm surprised. His ex-girlfriend said, I'm surprised he was able to hide it that long.
And I know for the people who are going to be saying like, oh, Tiffany said this, and Azah said this, it's like, yes, they each have their own problems, but right now, currently in the game, they are being incredibly just like demeaning and misogynistic to Tiffany. And it's just frankly gross to see something so historic happen and then to take a 180.
Yes.
And like, I'm all for like pulling out the stops to win the game, but this is just like, he was saying like, oh, you know, he made some comment about her son, which like wasn't like shit talking, but it's just like, why the fuck are you like
kids are off
doing
limits.
That?
Kids are off limits. Why are you even you hate her so much? Stop talking about her. You got her. You're getting her out.
Derek F is obsessed with her. He literally can't go 5 seconds without saying, I can't wait to get rid of that bitch. Like, I wish I could have won HOH and put her ass up. Like, okay, we get it. It's like, okay, then win a damn HOH.
Yeah. Like, it's so annoying. Like, and I honestly, it's going to be really hard for me to watch.
I don't know like what to do. This feels kind of, once again, clock me for it, Big Brother 15, where all the great players like Alyssa, like Helen, like Amanda, all just go out, and then all of a sudden you're left with like these like dingleberries who are like, oh my god, the exterminators, oh, we're so fun. Like, great way to kill the fucking season. Yeah, wasn't the first time they killed that season. There's a few other, you know, little things, but like
really, or it's like season 17 when Vanessa gets out and you're just like, so the only person that actually really played this season Literally.
Season 6. Yvette and Maggie in the end. Who the fuck would have like...
It's literally, that's why this game is so weird. It does come down to like,
it sucks.
Just one doesn't mean you played the best. Even just because you got to final 2.
Like objectively, your placement is better than others. But that's not to say like, oh, like the people who just love to like claim that Azah's played this amazing game. It's like, oh, she went this long without being nominated one time. It's like, okay. Tiffany did the same thing till this week.
She offered to go on the block for Brittini.
She literally offered to put herself up on the block week 3 of the game when she was so safe. And she's like throwing her game for Brittini. The only reason, if you take out the cookout in this game, I forgot who said it. Probably a lot of people. If you take out the cookout from this game and you put these people in the game without the cookout, Tiffany is the only person that would have made it this far besides maybe Kyland because of the comp wins.
If he was winning stuff, I would honestly give those 3 the potential. Hannah,
maybe. I feel like Hannah is like a late bloomer in the sense of like...
I would say that, except it took a while for her
I feel like she knew she didn't need to like stick her neck out very much. That's different than Azah, who is like willingly wanting to go on the block and like stepping out of line like to Tiffany for like no reason other than like, oh my god, like our team's like gone. It's like okay. And like the whole excuses, I'm really sick of them like saying like, oh, Tiffany sealed her fate with the HOH. It's like, okay, yes and no, because
she still did what she wanted.
And also the Kyland, I don't think I got to talk about this last week, or for the Sunday episode. Kyland going all like, oh my god, why are we like trying to fake it for Alyssa, blah blah blah, like I don't care, like why we're going up on the block, blah blah blah. Like someone's mad that they were, you know, in jeopardy of going home. I wonder how that feels, Kyland. You only had to sit on the block for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, cut the shit.
And you're sitting next to Alyssa. Like, oh, I'm just kind of worried, like maybe you guys might turn on me. It's like,
I wish they had. And I said what I said. Or what is it? There's this clip Jolene was playing. It was like Tiffany standing there and she was like, fuck Kyland. And I say that shit.
Oh, Sarah Beth.
I think it was about the Sarah Beth thing, but no, but it was Tiffany.
It was like, fuck Sarah Beth.
No, but I heard,
Kyland too? She probably was imitating when she said it about Sarah Beth.
Like it's like a side profile of her and she goes, fuck Kyland. And I said that shit too. I don't know if it was like a really recent or a different time, but like I'm like, yes, girl, because fuck him. And I don't know why you let him go anywhere near you. And I knew it wasn't game strategic. That was literally just, they both just clearly wanted to do what they wanted to do at that time. But the timing of it all is pretty jacked up.
Crazy.
Well, it's just like
she's HOH, they do it. And
giving
then...
small dick energy, boys. It's giving little dick energy. Don't you, if you are going to stand there and say with your fucking chest, you want to go up against someone that played a great game and I want to beat the best at the end, then you would keep Tiffany in this fucking house. So don't lie. Don't lie.
Also, I'm sick of them like trying to act like Kyland threw the HOH to her. It's like, okay, he fell. And also Xavier threw the competition. We've already been over this. Tiffany, like they're trying to blame like Tiffany for winning HOH. It's like, win the goddamn competition then. Like, and it wasn't
that deep. It didn't really ruin anything. Everything still happened the way it was supposed to.
If anything, Tiffany ruined her own game.
Yeah.
The cookout was fucking safe as fuck. There was no way that any of them were going home. No. And I really, Kyland had gone home a long freaking time ago. I'm going to be honest with you. You liked him, whatever. I've had moments where I didn't hate him, but I've never been a fan. I've never really liked him. The only reason I'm giving him credit is because he has the most comp wins. That's the only reason. That's the only thing. Because if he didn't win, like the times that he won some stuff, I'm like, boy, like people wanted to turn on you and get you out. So good thing you won, because like the way anytime you open your mouth, anytime you try to make a decision as a leader, you shoot yourself in the foot and no one likes you. So And the only reason Xavier, Kyland, honestly, the dumbest move is, and again, I don't think it's like, I don't think it's dead set that Xavier would win, but it's highly probable that he will against Kyland.
Oh,
if he's sitting next to, if Kyland's sitting next to Derek F or Azah, like clean sweep, in my opinion. They might throw some weird fucking votes, but
I could be a bitter juror because I might be like,
I would never give it to Azah though, even if it's to Kyland.
I would never give it to Derek F. I would give it to Azah. I would pick her over him, and I hate both of them. And
I would pick Azah over Derek F. But I'm saying either of them next to Kyland, like I'd be like the dumbest person ever to not vote for Kyland, even if I have like ill feelings.
Kyland, that would be my vote. But yeah, I don't know. You're right. Like when it comes down to it, you have what you have. And you make your, just at this point, it's like, maybe these aren't people I wanted to be at the end, but now they're here. So now I have to make a conscious, like educated decision based on what is in front of me. Yeah. And these are, I can't not for anyone. So
here's the thing. And then we'll wrap this up because it's just going to keep going on this rant.
I'm just so upset. And I knew the minute they got nominated, I was like, I just don't think one of them's going to win the veto. And if last case scenario, Azah won it, she is so wrapped up with those boys that I just don't think they could have convinced her to use it. Like, would have been great that she did. So I was like, once they went up, I was like, there goes the season.
If I was hyped for the first double eviction because it would guarantee the six making it, or either Alyssa making it in somehow, I am so, I don't know if the word hype or like anxious, like I don't know how to describe it, the feeling that I'm feeling right now, because one, feeds have been down and they will continue to be down until West Coast airing tomorrow. We talked about this on Big Brother Canada. They did a situation where on a double eviction, both the nominees got evicted. They were under the impression it was a normal double eviction.
Listening, CBS, get your fucking shit together. You didn't fix it last season, fix it this season. Give Tiffany one last fucking chance. Even if they got her back out right after that, just fucking something.
Both nominees go, it's similar to Big Brother 13 where Lawan gets evicted and then he faces off against Brendan to go back in the house. If that happens and it's like a Hannah versus Tiffany moment, I will honestly be a little bit more happy with just one of them going home instead of both of them just going home during the double. Because then I'm legit not watching live feeds. I mean, I honestly haven't watched live feeds in a while. I've just been reading Twitter updates from Big Brother Daily and Jokers.
Don't want to hear these people talk about shit, like especially Derek F, talk about stuff that's like not even happening. Like it's just,
there's no game talk at this point that is going to like be interesting to watch. It's just like, yeah, man, like I'm gonna take you to the end, blah blah blah. It's like, oh, I can't wait to get this bitch out of the game, blah blah blah. Like, who the fuck cares at this point? Like, I'm gonna be very disappointed that such a historic season is gonna have a dumb ass winner.
Yeah.
And I think we can end it there. So
like, comment, share, subscribe.